Dave, you're still in the hat for the third round of the FA Cup, but they made you work for it today, Aldershot. Are you pleased with the outcome today?
No, I'm not pleased with the outcome because we want to win the game. I'm pleased with our second half performance in terms of the increase in quality, though I think it couldn't get much worse from the first half, if I'm honest. I'm probably displeased that we've not won the game based on how we've performed, but it is what it is. If you don't put your chances away, you run the risk of conceding at the other end. That's exactly what's happened. So unfortunately we face a replay and look to right any wrongs from today. But in terms of what the game looked like, it was an open game. They were brave in terms of how they went about it and looked to, I suppose, allow us to be higher up the pitch and look to play counter-attack. We didn't deal with that first half and we weren't good enough in possession. We turned the ball over in the attacking half of the pitch far too often, which then left us open to counter-attacks. Second half, like I said, we were much better and created really good chances, and that's the one criticism. We have to win that game with the opportunities we've created.
The way they started the game, I'm sure you weren't surprised by that, but how surprised were you by your equaliser from Neil Byrne? Yeah,
absolutely. I just said there, I don't think Byrne has ever hit one like that. I think he has hit one like that before, but certainly not here. I'm not sure that one like that again. It's a great strike. I suppose that was the way the game was. They were allowing our middle centre back to have the ball. Once you step in with it, you then got a decision to make. If no one closes you down, you keep stepping in with it. But I don't think anyone expected him to smash it in the top corner from 35 yards. But it got us back on level terms after we conceded a really disappointing goal from our perspective. I'd say we huffed and puffed in the first half. We looked a little bit tepid in terms of how we went about it in possession. And you have to be brave and understand. If we're 3v3 or 2v2 at the back end of the pitch, is it a problem? It's not a problem if you look after the ball and you make good decisions. We had lots and lots of overloads, especially on the far side. We ended up playing out through Ethan this side more, but our overloads happened on the far side, and we kept turning the ball over and then causing ourselves an issue going the other way. We've got to be better in terms of what that looks like. Yeah.
In terms of Akil Wright, do you feel he was lucky to stay on the pitch? I mean, eventually you made the decision and took him off yourself, but do you think he was lucky to escape a second booking?
No, I don't. I'm not sure that it's a foul. There can be arguments all over the pitch that decisions will happen. I'll look here and go, Maccas isn't a booking at the end of the game. Keane Harris, in my opinion, if Aki's is a booking, then Keane Harris should be booked just minutes before he does get booked for another foul on Woods when Woods is the other side of him. So there'll be situations that happen in games where there'll be a subjective opinion of whether you think or don't think it should be a foul, a booking, a corner, a throw-in, all them things. But what's for certain is that once the referee then talks to him and relays to the fourth official that the next foul he makes, regardless of what it is going to be a second yellow, then you don't really have much choice in the position he's playing on the pitch. So if they're leaving 3 against 3, there's a good chance that he's going to get caught up in something, and we want him to be aggressive in terms of not allowing people to turn. You give a foul away, well, if you're then down to 10 men, that makes your chances or reduces your chances of winning the game with 10 than it would be with 11. So it then becomes a simple decision to say, get him off, put somebody else in there and move on.
Ethan Pye came off second half, looked a little bit groggy. Is he okay?
Fine. He said he was a little bit blurry, but then straight away had said he would come back on. He was fine. It had gone, but we then made a decision to make the change. Like I say, we got a lot of games coming up, and we didn't need to risk anything. And with the luxury of having 9 players on the bench and being able to make 5 subs, it was an easy one to make a call on.
And just finally, there is another game, of course, on Wednesday now, Wigan away in the trophy. Have you got the capacity to make a lot of changes for that game? Because I know you want to rotate your squad here if you can. We've
got the capacity to make changes. There are some players that will go again. Okay. But what we're not going to do is risk anything. Great to have Sars back involved. Ideal case scenario for me was not to have to have him involved today if possible, and on the Wednesday I was fine with him playing the last 10-15 minutes. He should get 2 goals from mine on. But he adds quality to us, but ultimately the most important game for him is Morecambe away. So fingers crossed he's back and ready to go for that game. We'll have to look, like I say, we'll have to look at things. We will make changes, but changes brings opportunity. And like I say, we're in the time of the year now where we have to sort of get on with it. We have to adapt. We've got to grind our way through till that window opens and we get players back fit. And it's not too far away.
Thank you, Dave. Safe journey back. Thank you.